Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be reviewing the Urban Decay Heat Palette. Now this thing has been everywhere. So before this palette came out, there was a bunch of drama with the swatches being like super ashy on women of color, and it just looked a mess. I still bought the palette because I'm just that type. Like if something's overhyped, I'm gonna buy it. Don't know why, that's just how I am. So the palette was about $54, which is pretty standard for Urban Decay Naked palettes. I do not own any of the Naked palettes. I've just never really been interested, and Urban Decay came out with this palette that is all warm tones. I was like, okay, that is more my style. So this is what the inside of the palette looks like, and as you guys can see, it is super warm. So you get 12 eyeshadows for $54, which is not bad for a high-end palette. And that is typically what Urban Decay usually goes for. And then also you get a brush that comes in the palette. So I will be using the brush just because it doesn't look too bad. So we'll see how it blends things out. We're going to do a makeup tutorial using this palette. That way we can see if it's good or not. And then at the end of the video, I'll show you guys if it's worth the hype. Alright guys, so I'm going to use as many eyeshadows as I possibly can in this palette. But I feel like I always say that and then I end up using like 3 of them. So let's just go ahead and get started. So I'm going to take this shade right here, which is called Low Blow. Like the pigment is definitely there in these shadows. And then applying more on the other eye. So yeah, these are definitely pigmented. I mean, this is like a transition shade and it's already like picking up a lot of pigment. When Urban Decay released those swatches of the palette, I just don't think that was like a bad marketing thing, just because they really looked really bad and they didn't really do any justice for the palette. So because this right here is blending really well and it's nice and pigmented. So the next shade I'm going to take is Cayenne, which is a little bit darker than the transition shade, and it's pretty orange, and it's a matte shade as well too. I'm just taking this like right up under that first shade. Okay, so now to deepen up the look, I'm going to take these 2 shades and I'm going to mix them just because I don't want to make it that deep, but I also want to add some warmth into there. So I'm going to be using the Urban Decay brush too that comes in the palette as well. So yeah, as you guys can see, these things are pretty pigmented and I'm here for it. So just keeping this right on the outer V. And then I'm going to take more of the Cayenne shade and just blend up here in the crease. And I don't think that this Urban Decay brush is bad. I think it's just better for placement, not necessarily for blending. But like as you guys can see, I'm placing this in the outer V, then taking my other brush and blending it out. Alright, so now I'm going to take my ABH concealer and cut my crease. You guys know I always do this just because it just looks cool. So I'm just going to cut my crease, so then we'll apply a lid shade. So that is what Scorched looks like. So I'm going to apply that on my lid. So I'm going to pack a bunch on my brush and then spray it with the Smashbox primer water. That way we can kind of get like a metallic look. Oh, that's pretty. Alright, so that's pretty much the look. I'm going to go ahead and apply lashes and do my face makeup, and then I'll come back and do under my eyes. So for under my eyes, I am going to be taking a shimmery color under there just because I just feel like it. So I'm going to be taking Ember. I think it's pronounced Ember. I don't know. So I'm going to be taking Ember, which is the last shade right here, and it's like a shimmery coppery brown shade. I'm going to take the other end of that Urban Decay brush and just swirl it in there and place this right under my eyes. So for my inner corner highlight, I'm going to be using the Jouer highlighter in the shade Citrine. I have never used any of Jouer's products before, so I'm excited to try this out. I did buy some things for them when they had like their 4th of July sale. And so, you know, I had to pick a few things up because things were 25% off. So I'm just going to take citrine, I don't know how to say it. Citrine, I guess. And then I'm going to apply this in my inner corners. Ooh, so it's pretty. Apply it on the apples of my cheeks. Ooh, girl. Okay. So pretty. Ooh. Wait a minute. Alright, this is getting a little bit out of hand. Whoa. Let me take this down a notch. This is like out of control. Alright, so now for lips, I kind of want to go in with like the orangey toned situation, kind of to match the eyes. So I'm going to start with lining my lips, and this is the Jordana lip liner in chestnut. This is the one that I like always use. This is from Makeup Revolution, and this is in the shade Noble, and it is their liquid lipstick. So it's kind of like a burnt orange situation. So I'm just applying this on the lips. And these Makeup Revolution liquid lipsticks are cute. Like, they come in like a little liquid, they come in like a lip kit set. So kind of like the Kylie situations. But these things are super, super drying. So if you don't like matte liquid lipsticks, then don't try those, girl. Because they're like sandpaper on your lips. So to add like a little bit of shimmer, I'm going to go in with the Jouer lip topper. And this is in St.Tropez. Again, I've never used this before either. Ooh, it smells good. Okay, so I am done with my full face of makeup, and I will say that I am here for this Urban Decay palette. Do I think it was overhyped? Yes. I mean, the shades in this palette are beautiful. Like, they definitely came with some, like, awesome warm tone shades, but I feel like I have these shades in my other palettes. Like, this is very similar to the Morphe 350 palette, the Kylie Burgundy palette, even the Jaclyn Hill palette that just came out with Morphe. It's similar to this. Like, I don't feel like these shades are something that you're like, oh girl, you gotta have this. Like, nothing like that. Like, the shades are okay. They definitely blend nicely. The pigment was there, everything like that. However, I don't feel like you're gonna die if you don't have this palette. I just bought it because I have issues when it comes to makeup, and I'm like an impulsive buyer, so that's why I bought it. But do I think it was overhyped? Absolutely. I mean, people were like doing the most on this palette, but I wanted to make a video on it so that you guys could see how I feel about it. And that is the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe on your way out. I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.